Audrey Hepburn's son Sean Ferrer revealed he was not aware of the forthcoming biopic about his late mom until news that Rooney Mara would star as its leading lady. Despite not receiving any advance notice about the new project, the 61-year-old film producer called Mara, who bears an uncanny resemblance to Hepburn, a delight. "Sounds like there is a lot of love there," Ferrer told Fox News Digital of the film, which will be helmed by Call Me By Your Name director Luca Guadagnino. In addition to leading the cast of the movie, Rooney, 36, will also be serving as a producer, according to a report in Deadline on Friday. Known for her immaculately glamorous persona and tender performances, Audrey entranced audiences in such movies as Breakfast at Tiffany's and Roman Holiday. She was born in 1929 to a Dutch baroness and a British diplomat, a background that instilled in her the elegance and refinement that became her signature. However, her childhood was scarred by the Second World War, which she spent under Nazi occupation in the Netherlands using an assumed Dutch name on account of the potential threat posed by appearing English. "Had we known the first 6 months of the war that we were going to be occupied for 5 years, we might all have shot ourselves," she said in archival footage included in the Netflix documentary Audrey. "We thought it would be over next week." Audrey, who performed dance concerts to fundraise for the Dutch resistance and transferred messages in her shoes, recalled, "My uncles were taken from their homes and shot. One brother was sent to Germany. The other one was always hidden." She added, "My uncles were the first hostages to be shot in Holland, and it was actually a turning point, because from that day on an underground was formed." Her fascist father walked out on the family when she was young, and though she renewed contact later and took care of him financially, the bond was never repaired. After training in ballet and jobbing as a dancer in London, she found herself doing a French movie in Monaco where she was discovered on a beach by Colette. The French lady of letters was having her novella Gigi adapted for a Broadway play by Anita Loos, whose work included the novel Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Colette handpicked Audrey to lead the original Broadway cast of Gigi, which opened in 1951 and made her a star of the American stage. 2 years later she became an international movie star with the romantic film Roman Holiday, which placed her opposite Gregory Peck and won her an Oscar. Her best remembered parts include an American visiting Paris in Funny Face, as well as a nun posted to the Belgian Congo in The Nun Story. She turned on the charisma as Eliza Doolittle, a role originated on Broadway by Julie Andrews, in the movie adaptation of My Fair Lady. However, one film that loomed particularly large in her personal life was Sabrina, which placed her in a love triangle between William Holden and Humphrey Bogart. Directed by Billy Wilder, the movie kicked off her affair with Bill Holden, who, according to a book by Edward Z. Epstein, called her the love of my life. Bill was a married alcoholic, but Audrey was prepared to venture into the affair anyway, even wanting to marry him herself despite the inevitable scandal. However, the central problem was that Audrey was bent on becoming a mother and he had gotten a vasectomy, so the romance was doomed. Despite her 2 failed marriages, first to American actor Mel Ferrer and then Italian psychiatrist Andrea Dotti, Bill remained one of her great loves. He died in 1981 after he slipped and fell while drunk at home alone and hit his head on a table, bleeding out without anyone to help him. Audrey, who began the 1960s with her most iconic role in Breakfast at Tiffany's, continued acting that decade in such films as Charade. But in 1967, now a mother of a son, she decided to enter semi-retirement and divert her energies to her family, to which she added another son in 1970. Mel Ferrer's mercurial personality and Andrea Dutty's serial infidelity made both of Audrey's marriages unfeasible, and both ended in divorce. Alongside her acting career, she also became known the world over as a committed humanitarian by way of her work for UNICEF. In the early 1990s she discovered she had a rare form of abdominal cancer, and despite fighting the illness she died in 1993 at the age of just 63. Her legacy as a luminous movie star is matched by her reputation as being the greatest style icon that Hollywood has produced.